Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, we just finished up a round of War Machine, and now I've got Spectrum on the board. That's who we're going with next. I've got a bunch of heroes I haven't played. Adam Warlock, I haven't played Nebula yet, so I've got kind of this big list of stuff I still need to go through because I took a little bit of a break there. So next one up is going to be Spectrum. Spectrum reminds me a little bit of when I started collecting comics. You had Storm was kind of the leader of the X-Men. I think it was Uncanny X-Men was that series when I started reading X-Men. Like Storm can control all the elements. It looks like Spectrum can control forms of energy. So you've got Monica Rambeau, who has hand size 6, 11 hit points. We've got put all 3 energy form upgrades into play face down. Forced response after you change to this form, turn all of your energy form upgrades face down. So, all right, so you're going to put them into play. She doesn't get to use them in that form, which makes sense. So take a look at her hero form. We've got 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense, energy transformation, forced response. After you change to this form, choose a face down energy form upgrade. Flip that card face up to change to that energy form. All right. My name is Monica, or Spectrum if you're nasty. Nice. All right. So 111 does not look all that great, but I think the deal is that she's gonna. Whoop, I'm flinging cards all over the place. I think the deal is that her forms give her a decent enough bonus that that's not too awful. But you're going to be kind of specialized. So you've got Gamma form. So Gamma form gives you +2 attack. After you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. That one looks like it's going to be my favorite. And you've got Photon form, which is +2 thwart. After you change this energy form, remove 1 threat from a scheme. And then we have... Oh, I'm streaming and I wasn't planning on streaming. Well, we'll just let it go. See how that works out. All right, the only problem is I can't see any of the responses on the streaming side at this point. So that could be entertaining. I wonder if I'm going to try to pull up my YouTube thing and see, but I don't think I can see any of the responses that are going on. So I guess there's a live version of this while I do this. All right. So Pulsar form looks like it's going to give us +2 defense. And we get to heal the damage when we change to that form. All right. All right, so we're going to choose one. We'll probably be going to Gamma form, so I'm going to put it right on the top here so we're ready. All right, we need to get 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go really slow on these cards because these are fairly new to me. So we'll be doing a lot of card reading. So we've got Blade, Speed of Light, Pulsar Shield, Moxie, Ready to Rumble, and Captain America. All right, so Blade here has 1 thwart, 2 attack, no consequential damage for either. He only costs 1 to get out. He's got 3 health. That looks awesome. All right, but we've got little asterisks, and the asterisks say, after Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to either spend a physical resource from your hand or discard Blade. Ouch. Okay. Looks nice. He's an Avenger to get out there, so could be cool. We've got Speed of Light, which says change energy forms and draw a card. All right. Give us our little boost, maybe go into our defensive one. And we have Pulsar Shield. When Spectrum defends, change to Pulsar Energy form and Ready Spectrum. If you're already in Pulsar Energy form, she gains Retaliate 1 until the end of the phase. All right, that's pretty cool. Got Moxie, which we should know. Ready to Rumble is another new one. Says after you change form, discard this card. Ready your hero. Liking that. Especially in a hero like this one, or like an Ant-Man or a Wasp is a good card. All right, then we got Captain America. 2 thwart, 2 attack, and he gets toughness and 4 health. 6 cost, though. That's huge. All right, reduce the cost to play Captain America by 1 for each Avenger character you control. Okay, well, that's nice because Spectrum's going to be an Avenger. And I could get Blade out there potentially. That'd make him cost 4, but I don't have that much. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of these. And we're going to see if we can get some double resources. All right, so we're going to grab 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no double resources. Not what I was hoping for. So we did get another Pulsar Shield. We got Band Together, which is new, which says it generates a wild resource for each ally you control. Well, that's not going to help me get Captain America out there until I get like Blade or somebody else out there. We've got Clue, which says after Clue enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event. Add that event to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Okay. Could be useful. What's this one? Mighty Avengers. Play under your player's control, max 1 team card per player. If each of your characters has the Avenger trait, each ally you control gets +1 fort and +1 attack. All right, I'm liking that one. That would be nice to get out. All right, but I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. So Blade costs 1 to get out. I'm probably not going to get Captain America out unless I hold on to him until next turn, which is a little bit on the disappointing side. So let's start off with the easy stuff. We're going to flip over to Spectrum, and then we're going to go into our Gamma form, which can give us +2 attack. And when we do that, we deal 1 damage. Rhino starts with 14, so he's going to go down to 13. All right, now I think I could hold on. So let's see, 1 to get him out. Clue would cost, I think I want to hold on to my Mighty Avengers, but probably, I think in the pre-constructed deck, there's 3 of these. I'll probably come across another one. Yeah, and then I could hold on to Captain America. I think that's the better idea. So let's do that. We're going to use our Pulsar Shield to bring Blade into play. So now we've got 1 ally. Then we're going to spend 2, because this Band Together says generates a wild for each ally. I've got 1 ally right now, so we're going to do 2 to do Clue. It says after Clue enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck. Add that event to your hand, shuffle your deck. So we're going to look at the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I can add an event to my hand. So my events are Mass Attack, which says exhaust 3 allies you control that share a trait with your hero. Deal X damage to an enemy where X is the total attack of those allies and your hero. That looks nice. I wouldn't be able to play it this turn. We've got Photon Speed, so that's Mass Attack. That looks pretty bad, but I think I'd have to build into that. We've got Photon Speed, which says change the photon energy form and remove 4 threat. Okay, I've got 2 of those. Those don't do me any good. Then I've got the other event I have is a Gamma Blast, which says change to Gamma Energy form, deals 7 damage to an enemy. If you were already in Gamma Energy form, this attack gains overkill. So that's a ton of damage. All right, so I can put 1 of these in my hand, but none of them does a whole lot of good. I think I'll put the Mass Attack in my hand. And the reason that I'm doing that is because it's got a physical resource, so then I can attack with Blade. And then we shuffle the rest back in here. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of attacking. So we can attack with Spectrum for 3. And some shuffle in, shuffle the card, shuffle a little bit more. All right, so we attack with Spectrum for 3. That's going to knock Rhino down to 10. All right, we're going to attack with Blade. We have to spend a physical or I discard Blade, so we're going to discard our Mass Attack. Blade's going to attack for 2, so Rhino's down to 8. Ugh. All right. And I don't know, this is streaming, but I don't have any of my streaming stuff set up, so I can't see any comments or if people are saying things right now. So sorry if you're yelling at me saying, don't do that. That's a bad idea, but you know, just can't see right now. All right. And then we're going to attack with Clue. He's going to take 1 consequential damage. He's attacking for 1. Rhino's down to 7. All right. That's the end of the turn. We're going to unexhaust all of our stuff. We're going to draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. Okay. So Captain America costs 4 right now. That would be 4. Oh, the Gamma Blast would be really nice, though, too. So I think we're going to take a round where we take a hit here. I was thinking I might put Clue in front of the hit, but with all of the resources out there to get Captain America out, I think we're gonna hold on to Clue because this helps drive that. Plus, Captain America gets cheaper based on the number of Avengers that are out there. So I think Clue's gonna not take the hit. All right, so we're gonna go over to the villain's turn. First off, put 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to come to attack Spectrum, and we're just going to take this one. So he's attacking for 2. He's going to get a boost of 2 more, so he hits us for 4. Ouch. Problem with Rhino is he hits hard. All right. So we're done with that. We're going to see what our encounter card is. Encounter card is False Alarm. When revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, this card gains Surge. I am not confused, so now I am. All right, so Spectrum's confused. All right, that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. So what we're looking at is we have Captain America. So Captain America says he comes into play with toughness, and I reduce the cost to play Captain America by 1 for each Avenger character you control. So I have 1, 2, 3 Avengers, so he only costs 3. So we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to bring Captain America into play. All right. And now Captain America comes into play with toughness. All right, so now the fun part is I can do this Gamma Blast. It's going to be enough to take Rhino out. Downsides are I'm confused and Breaking and Taken is going to come out, which is a little bit on the scary side. But I think we can deal with it because we've got Clue, which we would potentially sacrifice. Captain America's got toughness, so he's going to take an attack. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, so we're going to use Band Together. Band Together gives me a resource for each ally I've got. So I've got 1, 2, 3 allies. So 3 for the Gamma Blast. Bam! Gamma Blast is going to change to Gamma Energy form, which I already am. So I don't get the one damage for changing forms. If you're already in Gamma Energy form, this attack gains Overkill. Okay, so it gains Overkill. Woohoo! All right, so we're going to Gamma Blast Rhino for 7. Boom! Rhino 1 is out of there, which means Rhino 2 comes into play with 15 hit points. 10, where's the 10? 10, 5, and a Breaking and Taken, which, let's see if we can find Breaking and Taken. Dun, 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 dun. Hydra, Enhanced, Advanced, Caught Off Guard, Bomber, False Alarm. There's our Breaking and Taken. Crowd Control. There it is, Breaking and Taken. All right, bop. So Rhino is breaking things and taking them. When revealed, place an additional 1 threat here, so it's going to go 3 on there. And it's going to give me an additional encounter card each round. All right. So we're going to drop 3. 2, 1. All right. I haven't done anything with Spectrum yet. So I think we're going to go ahead and attack with Spectrum. So Spectrum attacks for 1 plus 2. She attacks for 3. Rhino's down to 12. All right, that's the end of my turn. Gonna unexhaust. I'm not doing anything because Blade, I could attack with him, but he would be gone after he attacks. Clue, I'm going to hold on to. I may need to use him as a blocker. Captain America's got tough, so he's going to be my first blocker this round when Rhino comes to get me. All right, so I'm sitting pretty right now. I've got my max 3 heroes out. Get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I'm looking at that one. So mass attack says exhaust 3 allies you control that share a trait with your hero. Deal X damage to an enemy where X is the total attack of those allies and your hero. Ooh, doggy. That could be pretty nice. All right. Villain's turn. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Bump. Rhino's going to see Spectrum out there, so Rhino's going to come to attack. Captain America is going to step in front of that one. Yep. Let's see, he's going to get a boost card, so he's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost of 1, so Captain America would take 4, but he's got tough. So he takes a big zip, because tough says, the next time this character would take any amount of damage, discard this status card instead. So that's what I'm doing. Status card is going away. Captain America is doing all right. All right, next up is 2 encounter cards, which I don't really like, but that's the way it goes. So encounter card number 1 is Bomb Scare is going to come into play. When revealed, place an additional threat here. So it's going to get 2. And we've got a acceleration marker there. All right. That's going to be 2 plus 1 is 3. So now I've got a couple of side schemes going. And we need some sort of acceleration token thing. There we go, acceleration token. All right. Next up is Assault. The villain attacks you. All right. Now, I was a little bit afraid of this and what we're going to do here. Now, my mass attack is not looking so massive at this point in time because Captain America's out. Ooh, if I could get Power Man out there, I could boost up Power Man. Still, if I got him out there, doing his attack would probably be the right thing to do. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have Clue step in front of this. So Clue's going to exhaust to step in front of Assault. Rhino's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost of 1, so he's going to hit for 4, which just runs Clue right over. Boom. All right. So Clue is out, and we're back over to the hero turn. All right, now, what are we looking at? If we can get 12 damage, we can end this. So right now I'm attacking for 3, 4, 5. I can bring Power Man out, and he would do 4, so I could get 9 damage. Well, can't quite get there. So that says exhaust 3 allies you control that share a trait. I can't exhaust 3 allies. Well, that's not going to happen. May end up using that to help Blade attack there. The breaking and taken is concerning. I've got a photon speed, but I'm also confused, which is a problem. The other scary thing, or somewhat scary thing, is I can gamble and go over to, see, I can go to my alter ego form. When I do that, we're going to get 1 threat there, 1 threat from Bomb Scare. That's going to take it up to 4. Plus he's going to scheme, and then we would get 2 cards, encounter cards from Breaking and Taken. So one of those being in advance would be a problem. So that's on the scary side too. All right, so we got some issues going on here that we need to figure out how to take care of. So I think we're going to go the attack route and then try to live through the next round by sacrificing allies. All right. So in order to make that happen, We're going to use photon speed and strength to get Power Man out. All right, he comes into play with 2 chi counters on him. But we're going to go ahead and make use of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack with Spectrum. She's attacking for 1 plus 2. She attacks for 3. So we're going to take Rhino down to 9. 5 and a 2. All right, we're going to discard any number of chi counters from Power Man. He gets plus 2 attack for each chi counter discarded this way until the end of phase. So he is now at plus 4 attack, and he's going to attack Rhino for 4. So Rhino's down to 5. All right, we will now use Blade, and he's going to attack for 2. I will get rid of energy duplication. I will use that as a physical resource from my hand. So that way he does not go away, but he's going to do 2 damage to Rhino. Rhino's going to be down to 3. All right. Rhino's almost done. Gotta see if we can get through this round. All right, that's going to be the end of my turn. So we're going to unexhaust everything. All right. And then we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what do we have there? We've got Blue Marvel. And he comes into play after Blue Marvel enters play, change energy forms. Got our Pulsar Shield, which would, when Spectrum defends, change to Pulsar Energy form and Ready Spectrum. If you're already in Pulsar Energy form, you gain Retaliate 1 till the end of the phase. So that could help me defend with her if I need to, but I don't think I'm going to need to. All right. We're going over the villain's turn. So first part of the villain's turn, we've got Acceleration Token plus our normal thing. So we're going to throw 2 on here. Geesh. Hopefully he doesn't draw in advance. Rhino is going to come to attack Spectrum. Now, Power Man doesn't have any more chi counters, so Power Man is going to step in front of this one. All right, so he's attacking for 3. Going to get a boost of none. So that's still enough, just enough to take Power Man out. All right, no more Power Man. All right, now we get 2 encounter cards. Let's see how this goes. All right, encounter card number 1 is Sandman. He's going to come into play with Tough. All right. That I can handle. That's not all that bad. And then second encounter card is Shocker. Going to come into play and deal 1 damage to each hero. All right, so I'm going to take 1. That actually probably is about as good as that could have gone. All right, at the end of the villain's turn, we're over to the hero. So we need to do 3 damage. In order to do 3 damage, all I need to do is attack with Spectrum. Because she's doing 1, she's in Gamma form, she gets plus 2. That is 3 damage. Woohoo, that's enough to take her out. I could be kind of cheesy and we could mass attack. Oh no, I don't have 3 heroes out there, so I couldn't do it. But Spectrum can take Rhino out, and that's good enough. That's what we'll go with. So we don't have anybody here that blocks, and none of that stuff's going to bother us as we go after him. So there we go. Boom! That's our first go with Spectrum, and we took Rhino out. So I guess thoughts on Spectrum really fast are Captain America is interesting. Him coming out with toughness is okay. I've never really liked allies with toughness all that much. Like when they, as an ability, it's kind of weird because if you attack with them right away, the consequential damage gets rid of the toughness, and really you want to absorb a blow. And then when you do that, you've got to block with them, which makes them exhausted for the next round. So it's kind of a weird ability and really gums up. It feels like it gums up the allies to make use of it. And then him being 6 cost, he's huge if you've got a bunch of other Avengers out there. I seem to get him early in the game. Would have been nice to get him maybe later in the game. He would have been better. Blade's interesting. I like that he doesn't take consequential damage, but having to have those physical resources seems to be, at least at this point in the game, was kind of tough to come up with. Let's see here. Other stuff. Power Man was kind of a one-shotter. Not totally impressed with him. Clue was nice to be able to look at those top 5 cards. There seems to be lots of event cards in Spectrum's deck, so that was pretty cool. The Gamma Blast was massive. Loved that. Band Together worked well for me because I got all of those allies out pretty quick. I would have liked to have gotten the Mighty Avengers out. So if you get Mighty Avengers out and you can pull off a mass attack, it looks like there's a nice combo that's built into this deck. The Precon deck anyway. Speed of Light looks pretty handy. I think the Ready to Rumble and the Speed of Light also looks like a good combo. So you've got a change energy form and draw a card, and then Ready to Rumble says when you change form, you get to ready your hero. So it's kind of a nice combo right there to get going. So didn't manage to get it out though, but it could be pretty cool. So got the win. That's win number 1 with Spectrum. Didn't mean to stream this, and if people are watching the stream, I'm not watching the feedback, so I don't get to see any of that while I'm streaming. So I'm sorry I'm not responding to your stuff because I wasn't set up, and I just hit the button when I went to record and it started streaming, so it happened that way. So anyway, we'll do another probably Spectrum versus Rhino. She's a little bit buildy. I would say closer to a Ant-Man or Wasp. Not as complicated as a Miss Marvel because I haven't seen a lot of deck manipulation stuff yet. I guess I haven't seen all of her cards. I would say it's closer to an Ant-Man, Miss Marvel. Not quite as buildy as Quicksilver thus far. I really like Quicksilver once he gets going. But it looks like you do, like, changing your form seems pretty handy and knowing which ones to use when. With Rhino, it's pretty simple. Like, there's not a whole lot. It's just attack, attack, attack. Occasionally you need to do some thwarting, and maybe that'll change if we get to Expert. So doesn't look like we're changing forms a lot, but I'd imagine either in something like Ultron, or maybe when you're playing multiplayer, you're probably able to go to whatever form you need to go to in order to maximize your round, which would be really nice. So anyway, there we go. 1 down with Spectrum. Let's first play a Spectrum versus Standard Rhino. We'll do another Standard Rhino and see how that turns out. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.